Teach you how to flirt and how to attract men because y'all be acting scared. Get in here, get in here, get in here and listen close, all right? When it comes to attracting men, what you have to understand is this, is that they are far easier than you could ever imagine. Okay, y'all complicated and y'all like to blame things like your age. You say, well, because I'm this age, men are not attracting me as much. Or because I'm bigger, y'all be trying to say because of your big back, men don't like you. And there's a whole lot of men that like a big back girl. Okay, y'all be trying to say a lot of things like that about why men don't like you. And what I'm here to tell you is this, baby. The problem is not your age, your height, or your weight. The problem is how you position yourself in order to attract them. Listen close. Let me teach you something real fast. Okay, get in here, get in here, get in here. Click like and click share, all right? First of all, what you have to understand is this. Let me tell you what qualifies me to give you this message, all right? Because I'm going to give it to you, and I need y'all to really take this as credible information, baby, okay? Baby, one thing about me, honey, is I ain't never had to worry about having no man, okay? Anytime I've ever been single in my life, it's because I chose to be, okay? I have lived in every corner of the earth that you can imagine. In every corner of the earth, I've done just fine, okay? I'm telling you from experience how to attract men. And I've been doing this so well probably since I was like 15, ain't never had a problem attracting men. And let me tell you the secret that I learned, okay? Hey, Nina. I'm going to be there. Eu vou pra lá em breve. So one of the things for me is that, no, I didn't cut my hair off. I got braids. I got braids in right now, okay? One of the things I realize is this, is that when it comes to men, they are extremely afraid of rejection. Men are always afraid of rejection. You got to understand this. And I know y'all are afraid of rejection too, but what you have to understand is that men are afraid of rejection at a level that is so deep. I mean, and I'm giving you some background. Y'all really need to understand this. That way you can understand how to work this in your favor. Okay? I'm going to teach you. It's not manipulative, but it does work in your favor. Men are so afraid of rejection because society teaches them that they're supposed to pursue you, women. They're supposed to pursue you, feminine energy men. They're supposed to pursue us, right? And the thing is, society doesn't teach them how to have a good self-esteem. Society doesn't teach them how to deal with rejection. Society just tells them, listen, you are supposed to go after women. And if you want a woman, you have to approach her. You got to do all this work. And if she doesn't like you, you're supposed to shake it off and move on, right? That doesn't work for a lot of them. A lot of them are so afraid of rejection that they just don't approach at all. I would say the vast majority are afraid of rejection at that level. So then on the other side of it, y'all start believing, oh, these men ain't serious. They don't want to date. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. They don't never approach me in public. It's not that they don't want you. It's that they're afraid of rejection. So here's how you reverse engineer it in your favor. Listen, when you are out and about, I don't care if you are at the grocery store. I don't care if you're at an event. I don't care where you are at. When you see a man that you are interested in, you have to remember this. First of all, you need to determine, is he interested in you? Okay? So what I mean by that is this. You are always going to fail as it relates to attracting men if you sit up here and try to approach men who are not even looking in your direction. When you come into a space, no matter what it is, your first objective is to identify in this room which of these men are interested in me. Who is looking at you? Who is choosing you? Because all the advice that I give you is not for going after men that don't want you. I've told you, choose the men who choose you. Now I don't mean everybody, right? Because there's some men who choose you just ain't going to want. But when you go into a room, let's say it's 100 people in that room, right? If it's 10 men in there that's turning looking at you, then that's your market. That's who you're focused on for the night. Everybody else don't exist. All right. So once you identify who are the ones who are even looking at you, your next step is to position yourself in a way where you can get their attention and vice versa. So for example, right? Let's say I'm at an event, right? For example, perfect example. I'm at an event. If I'm standing there, I'm just doing my thing, right? And there's a guy standing like nearby and I catch him kind of looking at me doing, you know how guys do, they kind of look and they look away, they looking and they look away. Girl, they all do it, honey. And see, if you're insecure, you don't understand how men work, you think, oh, he don't really want me. He's just looking, he not interested in me. So then you look and you look away. No, baby. That one who's looking at you, that's your market. He's looking at you, girl. So first of all, of course, look at the handle. He have a ring on? If so, just keep it moving. But if he ain't got no ring on and ain't nobody with him, girl, that's your market. Right? I'm telling you this right now. So what you got to do is you got to position yourself in such a way where he can see you. Go near him. Like, act like if he's standing over there and the bar is right there, go near the bar. You know what I'm saying? And be like, go to the bar like you trying to order something. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love that kind of. That's one of my moves. I'm gonna use my perfume like I'm doing it, right? So this is my drink, right? Near him, right? You go stand near him like you ordering something. That way he got to see you. And as you're standing near him, listen to me. Listen when I tell you this, because this is what's going to make some of y'all uncomfortable, but it's going to work so good. Find a reason to look at him. So as you stand there with your little drinky drink, I wish I had like a real glass, but whatever. You stand with your little drinky drink, look at him. Look again. With my invisible piece of gum. Look again. 3 times, right? If that man, if you catch him keep looking back at you, then you already know it's a go. What you're doing with the multiple looks is you're letting him know and you're confirming for him what he's trying to confirm in his own mind, which is, yes, I'm looking at you. When that man look at you, I'm telling you this right now. Listen to me, y'all. I'm telling you this from a man's perspective. I know I'm pretty. I know that my girls are lifted high and dry. I'm a man, okay? And I'm telling you this right now. When a man is looking at you, when he do that little glance thing, what he's trying to do, first of all, is just taking your beauty the first time. The first time he look at you, he's trying to take in your beauty like, dang, she pretty, right? Dang, I like her. The second time he look is to confirm, are you looking at him again? Are you still looking at him, right? It's him trying to confirm, well, is she actually interested in me? Because the first time he looked, he didn't think you was interested in him. He just figured, that you caught him looking at you, right? He doesn't think that just because y'all had that eye contact that one time, you really like him. He don't think that. It's the second time when he look again and you still looking at him, right? Then he be like, oh, maybe she is looking at me. But still, he gonna talk himself out of it. He gonna talk himself out of it. I swear to you, he gonna talk himself out of it. He gonna tell himself, nah, she ain't really looking at me. Maybe she just looking past me. Maybe she looking at my homeboy. Maybe she not really into me, right? People always assume that you're not really interested in them because we all are afraid of rejection. So it's easier for us to assume that you're not interested in us than it is for us to assume that you really do like us. Because if I assume you don't want me, then it doesn't hurt for me to get rejected because I'm not going to approach you. You see what I'm saying? In our minds, we create stories to keep us safe. And sometimes the safest story is that you don't want me. Y'all do the same thing, right? Because if I can convince myself you don't want me and I look for evidence of such, then I won't approach you and therefore I don't have to be at risk of rejection. Sound familiar? Right? So nonetheless, that second look is him trying to confirm. That's why you want to keep looking over at him occasionally. And that's why you want to position yourself in a way where when you look, it don't feel so obvious like you doing like this. Position yourself that you can just be looking directly in his direction. And then therefore, when he looks in your direction, all you have to do is turn your eyes a little bit like that. Just turn your eyes. Turn your eyes. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm going to tell you the next step. So this is one of the reasons why I like the idea of going out alone or going out with like one of your homegirls or homeboys that you just know that she's with it. Like, she like, girl, go do you. Don't go out with the blocking girlfriend. You know what I'm talking about? The girl who's a blocker. I can't say the real word. The blockers where you out and about and they want to be up under you 24/7, which is a man repellent. Don't go out with them. That repels men away. Don't go out with the girl who got a mean mug. You know what I'm saying? Because that scares men away too. Men be afraid to approach you or look in your direction. They looking at her. You know what I'm saying? She looking like Cruella de Vil and you sitting up here trying to attract somebody. Nah. You know what I'm saying? The best girls to go out with is the girls where when you like, hey, I'm going over here to him, she like, go do you, girl. I'm going to go over here. Or go out, go find yourself a good gay to go out with. I'm serious about that. So anyway, so now you've given him those confirmatory looks. The third time when you look again, if that man doesn't come over by then, right? Because now he's confirmed, yes, you're looking. Yes, we're looking at each other. And y'all have done this before. You know what I'm talking about. And he's look, you look. It's like everybody's looking, right? Now, by the third time, I would probably say about 40% of the time, the guy's going to come over to you at this point in time because now he's realized, oh, you looking at me. I'm looking at you. So about 40% of the time, not the majority, 40% of the time, that's going to get him to come over. But you said, what happens the rest of the time? Well, sometimes you got to put in a little more effort. And here's what you do. You look over again at him. And this time, if you know it's confirmed, he's looking at you and you're looking at him. Girl, you was given femininity for a reason. Why are you not using it? There's a natural seductiveness that comes with femininity. Use it. Femininity is not just about wearing some pink clothes and going, no, girl. Femininity is about seductiveness with your energy. You know where I'm going with that? And so what's going to happen? Listen, girl, use it, girl. Play it up, play it up. That's why I say when you go out, wear stuff that makes you feel pretty. Wear stuff that turns it on that siren inside you, that makes you, that activates that inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Wear stuff that actually pulls in attention and makes you feel your best self. You get what I'm saying? And so what you want to do is you want to look over at him in that way, and you're going to do one of two things. Actually, I'll say one of three things. I'm going to give you three options, okay? I'll start at level 1 and I'll get to the advanced level, okay? I'm an advanced level kind of girly, okay? Like I said, I've been doing this since I was like 15, honey, all right? How you think I got my dentist paid for in college, honey? I was broke until I met my man in college, because I met him in college. Until I met my man, honey, I would go out every night. I went out every night to the bars. And I would go out to the bars, honey, where the older gay men was at. I swear to God, I did. I would go out there and I would do what I had to do, and they, in terms of like flirting and everything like that, and they would always buy me food, honey, and I always went home alone, honey, all right? I got my dinners paid for, all right? Let me tell you this, all right? Let me tell you a couple times I got my rent paid. Another story for another time. Anyway, okay? So, anyway, what you do, I'm going to start with level 1. Level 1, you look at them, okay? All right, do a little smiles, lift those cheekbones. Especially if you got, like me, I got a little fat face, so you gotta lift your cheekbones. Okay, so you do like this. The first level is level 1 is you smile. You go, show some teeth. So it's like a little swoop. You smile, smile. I'm showing you 3 times for you dense girls in the back. That's level 1. Is easy. Okay, level 2. Level 2. All right? Now, if you got like astigmatism or you got something wrong with your eyes, you ain't going to be able to do this one the right way. So you got to skip to level 3. But let's start with level 2. You're going to be him. I'm going to look at you. So you look over at him. Hold on. And then you look at him and you catch him looking. This time you're going to go like this. Part your lips and wink. Or you can do it with a closed lip if you want to. Actually, close your lips. Parting your lips gives a different message. Make it your rent paid, but don't do it this way, okay? And you look at it for 2 seconds after it. So you look, and then you look away. I even lick my teeth a little bit afterwards. I go, that man will come running. I don't care if you are 27 or 77. Femininity activated always works. And to my feminine guys in the room, it works for you gays as well. For my girls, it works for you too. Trust me. Okay? Level 3, you go like this. You look. Now you say, well, that seems like the wink should be level 3. No, this is more active. Because some of y'all be too scared, you know. Not. Girl, he gonna be like, put yourself in his shoes. He got all dressed up to go out. Everybody always want to look good when they go out. You know what I'm saying? They get dressed up. They want to go out. They want to be cute. Men, women, it don't matter. He going out for some attention just like you are. Think about it. So when you give him that attention, you boosted his ego. You be thinking, oh, I bet these guys be getting a lot of attention. Most of these men go out and come home without no phone numbers. Just like your phone, just like you go home with your phone dry, he go home with his phone dry too. So you giving him that attention, right? The thing is this, y'all put so much pressure on these men to approach you that you forget that you also have a part to play in this. You have to activate him to come up to you. And the thing is this, you're not going to be able to do that until you literally are willing to release your ego. Listen to me when I tell you this. You have nothing to lose by a man rejecting you. Listen, you will get rejected at some points in time. All right? You will get rejected. Like for me personally, I don't know that I would say I'm a natural flirt, but I'm definitely someone where I guess I learned pretty early on that, you know what I learned early on? I'll tell you the real what I learned. I learned that if you're someone who's willing to smile and make other people feel attractive, you will have a competitive advantage when it comes to dating. You yourself don't have to be extremely attractive. You just have to make other people feel attractive. This is the key. It works out so well. That's why ugly men can get beautiful women, because they know how to make you feel attractive, right? Because how you make someone feel about themselves directly dictates how they feel about you. Always, every time. Listen when I say this, okay? And so with that understood, I learned from a very early age that men respond to me better, treat me better, and provide for me really, really, really well when I make them feel good and when I make them feel attractive. And this is not about anything physical. I'm talking about like just on a making them feel good within their ego. Girl, quit playing. And so for me, like I said, let's take it back to the college days, all right? You got to picture it. I'm in college, right? When I was in college, like during the school year, I had work study, which was like a couple $100 like a month to help pay for like food and stuff like that. And like I had some money to help pay for my dorms. But when the summers came, I didn't have any place to stay. So I had to find a way to support myself. And I had like some little job that wasn't barely paying anything. And so I was like, I have to, if once I pay my rent and everything like that, how am I going to eat? How am I going to hang out? How am I going to live this college life? And I remember how I learned this. I went out to this bar. It was like on 12th Street in Philadelphia. I went to school in Philly. And I remember I was in there, and when I would come into the room, whenever I would come in, my mind was always focused on who's looking at me, right? I don't know why, but in my mind, I always knew you can't get nothing out of a man. And when I say get something, I mean even an attraction. If he's not looking at you, he's not attracted to you, period. So that was never my market, right? I was never the kind of girl like, oh my God, I had a crush on this guy. I don't believe in crushes. I believe in conquering, okay? I don't want no crush. Who can I conquer? I want him. He needs to want me. You see what I'm saying? And so with that understood, I would go out. And if there was a guy, it always worked. Guy standing at the bar. Guy sitting down eating whatever with his friends or whatever. Like I would lounge or whatever. And I saw him looking at me. I would position myself where I could look back at him. Catch his eye a couple times. Look over again. And what am I doing? I'm making him look attractive. I'm making him feel attractive. If he walked by me, find something to say to him. Be like, oh, I like your tattoo. Or just start the conversation with, oh my God, did that hurt? If he got a tattoo, everybody got tattoos. Oh my God, did that hurt? You're like, huh? Your tattoo. It looks like it would hurt. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, okay. Wow. I'm not continuing the conversation. I've activated him. Now he can talk to me. Right? And I would stand there like this, and then he'd be like, I'm sorry, what was your name? I'm Malcolm. What's your name? Right? And I'm letting him lead it from that point in time, right? Girl, every time, I'm standing there, he'd be like, you got something to drink? No, I don't have anything yet. I got to make my way to the bar, but it's such a long line there. Oh, don't worry, I'll order something for you. Just come sit at our table, eat with us. You sure I don't want to impose? Yeah. Honey, order whatever you want. You get your food when the bill comes. He would not dare ask me to pay. Absolutely not. Honey, no. I met my first boyfriend in college doing that. And then from that point forward, what I realized was like, oh, this works. And my friends used to always tell me, they would be like, Malcolm, what's up with you? How do you always get these men to buy you drinks? How do you always get these men to pay for stuff for you? How you always got a boyfriend? Right? I was always going from one relationship to the next, right? Child, please. Right? And I had a hard time explaining it because I didn't have a system to it at the time. I didn't have a mindset around this is how you do it. You know what I mean? That wasn't it. But what I now realize in retrospect was I was doing what the other girls was not willing to do. And by other girls, I'm not talking about the gays I hung out with. I'm talking about the actual females that hung out with me, who hung out with me as well. Right? Because some of them would low-key get jealous of the fact that I was getting attention that they wasn't getting. But I'm like, baby, the difference between me and you is that I'm friendly. I walk in, I'm smiling. I'm always smiling. And why does this smile matter? Because my outward exterior communicates approachability. I don't naturally have a smiling kind of face. I kind of have RBS, if you know what I mean. Like my face is always kind of stern. You know what I mean? But I consciously smile because it communicates that I'm approachable. If I see someone looking at me, I look back at them and I smile back. Even today, I'm not looking for nobody at this moment. But even today, I was going into the gym. Perfect example. I was going into the gym. As I'm walking in, dude was on the treadmill right in front of the little thing you go in the turnstile to go into the gym. Right, he was sitting right there on the treadmill, running, like running on the treadmill. He locked eyes at me as I was walking in, and he was staring at me. Right, a nice little seasoned daddy. Okay, had salt and pepper on his head. You know what I'm saying? Seasoned daddy looking at me, right? And I looked at him, and he kept looking at me. And so I had to walk in front of his treadmill to go to my treadmill. And so I walked by him as I walked by him. Because, you know, my thing is this. I believe you should always practice flirting because you don't know when you need it. Just because I don't need it now, you should always practice, right? That way you're sharp when you need it, right? So as I'm walking by him, his picture's kind of elevated because he's on this treadmill. So as I walked by him, I did my little keep my chin down and look up at him. And I looked at him. And it was the morning here. So I said, bom dia. That's so, you know, bom dia means good morning, right? In Portuguese. I walked by him. I said, bom dia. And then he said, bom dia. And I said, tudo bem, which means all good. He said, tudo bem. And I got in the treadmill, right? And honey, I could see him out the corner of my eye. For those 40 minutes I was on that treadmill, he's staring a hole in the side of my head, right? I'm not here for that. I'm not here for him, right? But guess what happened, right? It's more practice around flirting. And second for him, I gave that man an ego boost. He felt good. He felt good. You know what I'm saying? He felt good, right? He felt good about himself. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's what I've always realized about what's worked out so well for me is the fact that I'm always willing to smile and I'm always willing to speak. My ego is not tied to, did he speak to me first? Girl, no. Because while y'all girls waiting on somebody to speak to you first, people like me sitting up here getting pursued. People like me get financed. I'm being real with you about this. You know what I'm saying? People like me get what we want because the fact of the matter is, we make it easy for men to pursue us. Our outward exterior, in terms of how we approach men, our energy invites them to pursue us. You see where I'm going with that? You have to invite them to pursue you. And you do that through your femininity. That's why I love the book, The Art of Seduction. If you don't have it, get it, right? It's very helpful to help you lock into that part of you. And again, it's not about what age you are. It's not about what your body type is. It's all about your energy, right? And here's the reality, okay? People ask me and say, well, have you ever been rejected before? Of course I have. Absolutely I have. I'll tell you a quick story. I remember when I first moved to Brazil, right? I remember I was at this pagadon club, right? Pagadon type of music, right? I was having a good time, girl, right? Let me tell you what happened. So this dude was in there, right? And he's staring me down, honey. He's staring me down. If I had to guess his age, he's probably like 29, right? Maybe 30, right? I'm 40, right? At the time, I was probably 38, right? But anyway, because I just moved here. So anyway, he's staring me down. And I'm like, okay, I'm catching him looking, but he was with his friends, right? And that's the immature mistake that a lot of men make. They go out with a bunch of their homeboys, right? And just like women, being out with a bunch of women pushes men away, being around a bunch of men pushes women away. People don't want to approach you if you around a bunch of your peers. It just don't work very well. But regardless, I'm old enough and seasoned enough, but that ain't even matter to me. So he's looking at me, he looking at me, he looking at me, he looking at me, right? And I'm with my friends, and I'm looking back at him like that. Now my thing is this, girls, okay? I do mirror work. I do mirror work almost every day. You know what mirror work is? You should do it. I look in the mirror and I tell myself at least 5 affirming things about myself before I go out the house. I do. I tell myself, you see, this is a mirror too. If you know anything about Imanja. No, not Imanja. Who is this one? This one's for, oh my God. No. Who's the one in yellow? The one in yellow. Imanja is the one from the sea. Oshun, right? Anyway, so I do mirror work. I look in the mirror, and mirror work is not spiritual, right? So I look in the mirror and I tell myself, I'm like, you are beautiful. You are smart. You are gorgeous. Look at those eyes. I find qualities about myself that I like. You are smart. Oh my God, you are vivacious. I love the word vivacious, right? You are all these things and more. I speak it into myself before I walk out the door. I know who I am. I know exactly who I am, and I'm everything I know I am. You know what I'm saying? I do that mirror work. I talk to myself. Who better to affirm me but me? You know what I'm saying? So I do my mirror work, right? So anyway, so I know what I'm working with, right? I don't walk out the house unless I'm in an outfit that makes me feel my sexiest. I need to feel cute before I walk out the house, right? If I don't feel cute, I'm not wearing it. You know, people are like, I don't like this outfit. Then why'd you wear it? Why'd you wear it? I throw it out. I don't keep nothing in my closet I don't feel cool and comfortable in. If I don't feel like it favors my body today, then I'm not wearing it, right? Because you feel different about your body on different days of the week. I don't play about that, right? So anyway, I'm wearing the stuff. I'm wearing my cute stuff. I'm in my zone, right? And I'm there and I'm dancing. And he looking over at me, right? And so I look over at him. He look over at me again. I look over at him again. I'm doing it all, honey, okay? I'm seasoned. I know what I'm doing, right? So eventually, Someone in his friend group knew somebody in my group, and they made their way over to us. Right? So now it's kind of a fair ground for either person to speak. Right? Because we're right near each other. And he keeps on looking up at me. And I can tell he's shy. And I'm like, okay, I got the competitive advantage here because I'm the one with a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, more presence at this point in time. He's very attractive, all that kind of stuff, right? The epitome of a beautiful Brazilian man, just gorgeous, right? So I then was like, I'm just going to say something. I'm just going to say something, right? Why not? And so he's standing beside me. It was at night. I said, "Boa noite," right? Which means good evening, right? And then he was like, "Boa," which is a shortened way of saying like hello, right? Fine, right? Trying to be cool, trying to be cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like saying what's up, So I was like, tudo bem? People always say that. That means you good? He's like, mm-hmm. And he asked me, he said, beleza? Which means you good? I was like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. So we standing beside each other. And then I was like, você mora aqui? Which means you live here? And then he was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm looking, okay, he's a little shy, right? I'm like, whatever, that's all right. He was giving me all the attention, right? And then listen to what happened. So he's standing there, he's just kind of doing all like this, whatever, right? I looked down at his hand, I'm like, he ain't wearing a ring. I'm looking around, he ain't with nobody. I'm like, what's up with this? This is kind of weird. But he kept looking at me. And then so I said to him, I was like, well, we're about to go. Did you want to exchange information or something, right? I was like, whatever, right? Sometimes you go beyond your comfort zone, right? I prefer more masculine men who kind of take the lead with it, but I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And so when I said that, I was like, you want to exchange information? He was like, I don't have Instagram, right? He said it in Portuguese, obviously. I don't have Instagram. Girl, let me say this, okay? He said it, and he said it loud enough that the two people who were with him, like his friends, heard it. And they kind of smirked at him. Like this, like obviously he was lying. Like, who don't have Instagram? Like, you got 90-year-olds with Instagram, right? Right? Now, for some of y'all, that would crush your ego. Wouldn't it? It would crush your ego. You'd be like, oh my gosh, that hurt my ego. Oh my God. Y'all would go home. You wouldn't talk to nobody for the rest of the night. Girl, you know what I thought to myself in that moment instantly? Because I do mirror work. And I know who I am. Right? What I thought to myself instantly in that moment was that this person was intimidated by me. I'm going to say this right now. When somebody is intimidated by you, they will often reject you because their intimidation clouds their mind to seeing that you're giving them a path forward. Because all the signs leading up to that point told me he was interested in me. He was staring me down, all that kind of stuff, right? He was responding to the energy. He was giving that energy. You get where I'm going with that, right? I'm giving this for y'all because some of y'all may find yourself in this situation. I'm giving you these tips so you may find yourself in a situation where somebody may do something that makes you feel rejected. But understand this, if he's giving you all the signs and he still responds in a negative way once, you decide to activate, let me say this, a couple possibilities. First of all, he's probably intimidated by you, right? And what men do that women don't do, I will say this, women don't do this. This is a specific thing that men do a lot. Gay or straight, doesn't matter. They will try to reject you if they believe that you're out of their league in a lot of cases. Because although they can get your number, they know that once they get your number, he can't keep up. He may be thinking, I barely had enough money to get here tonight. I can't take you out nowhere. Some of these men be thinking that. Just because he's wearing a nice outfit don't mean he got money. That just could be one of his nice outfit he got in his closet. He's like, baby, my account's on the negative. I barely got here today. I'm struggling with this. I'm dealing with a girl at home who we got issues with. I may not be married, but I'm dealing with some stuff. They will reject you so that you can't get close enough to know why you should reject them. So first of all, sometimes a rejection is actually a redirection in a better direction. So that's number one. Number two, one of the other reasons why you could get rejected by a guy is for some men, especially if I'm just going to put it out there to you, some men's egos have already been so broken by women and by beautiful feminine energy men, depending on which way they go, right? That for them, their egos have already been so broken that they will reject you as a way to make them feel good. Because what they're hoping is by rejecting you, you'll pursue them harder. It's kind of an immature thing to do. It's very, 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 I don't even call it feminine because I think that's a disgrace to femininity to call it that. But there are people out here who will do that. There's some women who do the same thing where they will reject you as a way to boost their ego. So they can say, I rejected a beautiful woman tonight. Yeah, she wanted my number, but I didn't give it to her. Right? In that case, girl, you don't want that kind of man because that's the kind of man that's going to try to tear you down. Right? What I will tell you is this. Anybody who tries to make you feel bad for you giving them attention or by you responding to their attention, really, anybody who tries to make you feel that way is a person who's showing you that even if you were to get with them, they would be harmful to you emotionally. Because I'm going to tell you this. When somebody is gracious, when someone has good character and so on and so forth, the way that they will handle you, even if they're not interested in you, or even if they can't, maybe they're interested in you, but they can't move forward. Maybe they got a girlfriend, maybe just life circumstances, they can't move forward with you, right? They're going to handle you with a level of grace and consideration for your feelings, right? For example, all right, the other day, I was leaving the appointment to get my hair done, right? I was waiting on the Uber to pull around, right? I'm not looking for nothing, right? That's just not where I'm at. So anyway, Uber's pulling around. This guy comes in. He had a really strong accent. Like, Portuguese is different than English. Where, like, even in Brazil, like, somebody who's from the north of Brazil talking to somebody from the south of Brazil, they're speaking the same language, but they talk so different that sometimes they won't even understand each other. Trust me, it's a language that has a lot of nuance to it. So this guy was from a region that I just did not understand what he was saying, right? And so he said something, and I was like, Fala de novo, which means say it again. I was like, Fala de novo. And he's like, da, 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 da. And I was like, Fala de novo. And then he leans in towards me, and he touches my hand. And then basically what he said in summary was, you're beautiful. He says, you're beautiful. Do you have, he says, where's your husband? Right? What is it? Cadê seu marido? Where's your husband? Right? I think that was what he said. Cadê seu marido? Right? I was like, oh, that's what he's saying. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm not available. Right? And then so he's like, okay. And then he said, are you sure? I said, and I told him, I said, if I were available, I certainly would choose a handsome man like you. I made that man feel good, right? I was not interested in that man. I just was not interested in that man. But my thing is this. He did not commit a mortal sin for expressing interest in me and me not being available. All he did was tried. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be mad at him for that. So my thing is, if I know that I can handle a man in that way to gently redirect him in a different direction, it's not even rejection, I can gently redirect him and leave him feeling good, feeling real good. Y'all know men who do the same thing to y'all. Like, I'm sorry, baby, you beautiful, but but I got a wife at home. I'm sorry, I wish I could, but I can't. They make you feel good. You don't feel rejected. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of men who are out there like that. So don't be afraid of if a man rejects you in a way that hurts your feelings. Because, baby, yeah, it may sting in the moment, but what he's really doing is showing you why you should have never been with him in the first place. Because anybody who tries to make you feel bad for expressing interest and attraction in them in an appropriate way, anytime that anyone who tries to make you feel bad about that is this person with very low character who's probably deeply insecure and has such severe deficiencies that they would never make a good partner to you anyway. So anyway, I gotta go because I got places to be. But if you don't have my book already, it's called Get Out of Your Own Way, A Guide to Letting Go of the Stuff That's Holding You Back. Of course, by me, MJ Harris. It's available where books are sold and, of course, on Amazon. And if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one private coaching session with me where I can teach you some strategies around how to flirt and also be in relationships, how to work on that kind of stuff as well, darling, schedule a life transformation coaching session with me through the link that's directly above or below this video. My sessions do go kind of fast, so if you see a session, grab it, even if it's a couple weeks out, because my schedule does tend to fill up very, very quickly. But anyway, girl, go ahead and start flirting. Trust me, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. All right, y'all, have a good one. Bye.